A couple of those plays, the one bang-bang play where Jordan tried to throw the ball to Christian, it's just one of those plays that happens, and then he was trying to give him a chance at the end of the game there. So I was proud of the effort, though. Our guys battled. There's no question about that. There is no quit in this team. They're going to continue to fight. I think we got to do a better job in terms of just being more consistent and try to find out what's working for us and really lean into that and build upon that. But there's obviously a lot of areas that we need to clean up. I thought our defense competed hard, did enough for us to win the game, and then offensively we've got to find a way to score points, because I think anytime you hold somebody to 17 points, I think that's enough to win football games in this league.
Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. In terms of scoring points, 6 total points the last 3 games in the first half alone. What are you seeing in what might be the problem, but also, you know, the slow starts in hurting the team coming out of the you'd think they'd be motivated, but is it slowing things down? Just what's your overall assessment with that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously searching for a little bit of answers right now. I think this week will give us an opportunity to kind of go back and, you know, I thought we did that over the mini bye, but we got to find something to get us going, to jumpstart us. I think, you know, just reflecting how the game kind of laid out, probably needed to stick with the run a little bit more. In the second half, we got under center for predominantly the majority of the second half, and I thought that really helped us. Some more downhill runs. I thought A.J. was running really hard. I thought our line was doing a pretty good job of coming off the ball, and that kind of got us going a little bit. But, you know, we've got to look at everything, because it seemed like when we dialed up some passes, they had some timely calls defensively, and give credit to Patrick Graham and their staff. You know, they did a better job than we did. What you got, Ryan? Oh, Matt.
Do you need to see Christian, I don't want to use the term fight, but for some of those deep balls, it looks from the outside that he's just trying to draw a pass interference penalty on some of those. Do you need to see more fight from him on some of those bombs that Jordan was throwing?
I got to go back and look at it. I thought there was some opportunity there. I think, you know, one thing that we've really stressed, because Christian, he gives you everything he has every time out there. I just think that there's a tendency for wideouts, and this is, I think, you see it in a lot of younger wideouts. When they look back for the ball, you got to really accentuate your arm movement, and so you don't slow down. And I think that is one thing that a lot of our guys need to continue to work on. We got to do a better job of coaching that, stressing that, and put those guys in positions. But I don't think it's a lack of fight after the ball. I just think there's some things that we can do better to maybe come up and come down with some of those big shots down the field.
Troy said on the broadcast that you were exasperated, I think was the word he used, when you found out Aaron Jones wasn't going to play. When did you find that out, and why wasn't he able to go after playing last week?
Well, he did everything he could. You know, I would say I think it was Saturday's practice. He kind of felt a little something, and, you know, I think collectively, medical staff, myself, Goody, definitely thought it was in the best interest to not risk it. He wanted to go, and this guy's battling. And I just remember after the Chicago game when this first occurred, after that touchdown play, he was coming back to the sidelines, and he's like, "Oh, I'll be good, coach." And he was running, and obviously had an injury. Or he was jogging up and down the sideline. So I think that just speaks to his mindset. Like he wanted desperately to be out there today and to help this team. But we got a lot of football in front of us. We still got 12 games in front of us, and we're going to need him for the duration of those.
That last play, the interception, it looked like Jordan had some open field in front of him to kind of put the ball in the air in the game on that play. Do you want to see him just kind of move the chains and get closer to that?
I got to look at it, to be honest with you, Ryan. My eyes were down the field, and so I got to look at it, though. I didn't really see – the pocket because I was focused on the coverage.
How do you think he handled the night as a whole? 3 picks is not something we've seen from him.
Well, like I said earlier, I think, the one pick that Spillane picked off, he kind of threw it to him. I think he's got to see him and not make that decision. And I think the other two, he was giving his guy a 50-50 op down the field, and their guy made the play. And the other one was a bang-bang play on a deep curl cut, and the corner did a really nice job of squeezing the route, and the ball pops up in the air, and sometimes that's the price of doing business. So, I'm sure there's some things that we'll look at, and we could do better, and I think there's some things that I need to do a better job in terms of what we're asking him to do, and try not to put him in a position where he's susceptible to maybe throwing the picks. The second interception was a get back on track situation, and we got to do a better job offensively. It just seems like we put ourselves in those situations quite a bit over the course of the first 5 games of the season. And that's tough to overcome in this league, especially when you have a lot of youth on that side of the ball. And I'm not trying to make excuses for it. We got to do a better job to avoid those situations and really not put ourselves in them.
Coach, what did you like about Jordan's game tonight?
I got to go back and look at it. I love that he competed, and he's going to compete, and he stays resilient, and there is no flinch in him, and he stays positive with the guys. I think the guys rally around him. They care about him. They all care about each other, and I think that's why you see the fight that you see. And we got to clean up some things, and again, try to not put ourselves in some of those situations.
How does Preston get matched up one-on-one with Devontae in a big moment in the game?
Yeah, that's happened a lot when we were when Devontae was playing for us. You put a receiver in the slot. You got Penny or 5 bigs on the field, and a lot of times that backer has to walk, and you're playing quarters coverage, and that's what happens. Whether it's right or wrong, it's obviously not the most advantageous for us. So whether we can get a check and get out of that look for us, but credit to them, they schemed it up. They knew what to do when we put that personnel in the game, and I can remember games when we did that to teams, and that just happens sometimes. And but yeah, obviously want to have better answers than that.